Hello, hello. Welcome back to Let's Talk Entertainment News. I hope everyone is having a great weekend so far. I'm looking out my window and I see that it's finally stopped raining for about the first time since I wouldn't say like Thursday. It's been pretty wet around here, but things are looking up, things are looking bright, and I'm looking forward to a great, beautiful day. Today's news: Law and Order season 25 and SVU season 26 renewed by NBC. At this point, probably a foregone conclusion, but we're going to read the story and talk about it in just a moment regardless. Before we do that, just want to make a reminder for you, be kind. That's all we ask around here. If you choose to join the comment section, be kind. We don't have to treat each other like shit. The world is a mean, nasty place, but we don't have to be that way here. We can talk like adults. All right, then. Some of my favorite shows on television, year after year, are returning. And it's sort of a foregone conclusion at this point, but maybe not because these shows are getting up there pretty far, and, Law and Order has been canceled before. But NBC has renewed its popular long-running shows Law and Order and Law and Order Special Victims Unit for seasons 25 and 27, respectively. The legal dramas are two of the most popular shows in the United States among viewers. Law & Order made its debut in 1990 on NBC, and its first spin-off series, Special Victims Unit, has been running since 1999. Where has the time gone? According to a report by NBC News, the network has renewed its two biggest shows, Law & Order and its spin-off Law & Order SVU, for the 2025-2026 seasons. Law & Order is all set to get its 25th season, and Special Victims Unit will get its 27th. The finale of Season 24 of Law & Order and Season 26 of Special Victims Units will air on May 15th. Which I'm looking forward to. Fans won't have to wait much longer as their next seasons will arrive soon. So yeah, again, foregone conclusions, but these are two of my favorite shows. They are ridiculously bingeable. If you still watch traditional television, which I do much of the time, there is never an hour of the day where you cannot find a Law and Order or a NCIS series, usually streaming, usually doing a marathon at some point in the day. So they've become very dependable, very bingeable series to watch. And the beauty of them is there's so many episodes, and they're only slightly serialized, which means you can pretty much pick them up anywhere you want along the decades of available content without getting too lost in the minutiae of the characters' lives, which I like. It's good to have shows like that still around. When everything's really switched to, with these streaming shows that are like 5-6 episodes, new seasons every 2 or 3 years, it's not bingeable in the same way, and you don't get enough time in those universes to really get attached in the same way that you do with these sort of shows, which is why I'm quite enjoying them. Very often you'll notice that the stories are ripped from the headlines. I've seen some people accuse the show of becoming woke, but, the series has always tackled present-day issues. It doesn't necessarily take a stance on a lot of those issues, but you'll see that there's disagreements between the characters. But I love that it does find ways to discuss ongoing issues. I love that, and that's sort of what the beauty of good television is. I love that oftentimes they make you feel uncomfortable. If you're unwilling to feel uncomfortable, I don't understand how you watch anything. It's a very important facet of storytelling, which is to get you out of your comfort zone so that you can experience things, learn things, grow the easy way as opposed to being forced into these situations in real life and then learning the hard way. So yeah, happy to hear that these shows are being renewed. How about you? Are you a fan? I love binging these shows. And I'm looking forward to another season. It's only actually been a few years where I've watched the new episodes sort of actively. I usually pick them up the next day, free on demand on Spectrum Cable. For the longest time, I was just watching reruns, and that's a great way to watch them as well. But they have probably the most bingeable shows on television, and I think that some of these new wave these new platforms should probably learn from that. It's one thing to spend a whole lot of money on a few episodes of a really good show, but it's something else to sort of get the bingeability of a long-running series with a lot of episodes each season like this. Spend a little less money, but you make a lot more profit in the long run. And there's a reason why, if you look at the streaming numbers for a lot of these platforms, every year the highest performers are actually these older bingeable series because there's just more minutes to watch. So there you have it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you again soon.